Yeah.
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
That's right.
Feel that.
What's up, Blair?
What up?
Oh, man, I'm chilling. You know?
Yeah, I'm over here trying to do the same, taking it easy.
Oakland, California. What's the weather like there, man?
It's been beautiful for like 3 days now, 4 days.
That's good. It's been nice here, Great state of Texas. Big D. Beautiful weather. We really don't have a hard winter. So, just chilling. A little sunshine. It's a great day today because the Arsenal, they turned up.
The Arsenal doing a thing.
Man, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Man, woo.
And to imagine, people like Giroud and Ozil sitting at home didn't even come, great day. Great day.
Definitely. 5-0 win against a team that's kind of had our number lately. Going into the game, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit nervous. Just because you really never know which Arsenal side is gonna turn up. But I'm happy to say it was a beautiful performance from the very beginning all the way to the end.
Yeah, like you were saying, there's times when Southampton's, they have given us problems before. They're not a small club that's afraid to attack and play
a little football. Yeah,
play some football. But in the same regard, a lot of times that's all Arsenal needs from these smaller clubs is just try to play some football with us, and then that allows us to kind of open it up.
Definitely. The key fact, it's okay. The French elephant in the room is, do you think the fact that Wenger was not on the sideline had anything to do with the game? Because a lot of people were tweeting. I was joking and tweeting. But what are some of your thoughts on the old man having the 4-match ban?
Man, just like you said, man, I enjoyed the joke. I get humor, even if I don't necessarily believe it. It was worth a good laugh. Yeah. But no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Oh, Arsenal was in the stands, so look at the club. They felt more free and open, and they played. Nah, it ain't like that. It's not like that.
Okay, well, see, my old friend, that's where we disagree. and the only reason why is because, excuse me, it did seem like the intensity and the physicality was there from the beginning. And Steve Bold, being a rough and tumble, old school center back, I really think he got the team hyped to play. I really do. Now, as far as tactics and things like that, that's pretty much the same thing, But I think there was a little more intensity for this match. It could be FA Cup. Players get hyped. People want to do good. It's a chance to win a trophy. It's our only chance. Okay. Oh gosh, pessimistic E. But this is our one clear shot at legitimately thinking we could win a trophy. And I think Steve Bold had the team hyped. I really do.
I'd like to believe that. I'm just I believe what I really believe, because like you said, get the team hype. I mean, Arson was there until the kickoff.
Stop.
He was right there with his players.
Stop.
They rode on the bus together.
Okay.
It was still. Did everybody eat their grapes? Did everybody eat their grapes? And are they doing their yoga before the game?
I think Arson was up there getting keyed on some of that Diaby weed. You see him? He was he was real chill. He was just like, whatever, I don't care. But okay, I mean, that's your opinion. A lot of people feel the same way you do. I'm not downplaying Arson's effect on the team. I just, I could sense a little more intensity. Now, that could be, one of my theories from last week was when Giroux plays, we kind of start slow. Our pressing game from up top isn't as effective. And with Welbeck, Welbsy,
don't get me started, dude. Don't get me started.
That's your boy. I wrote him off like 2 months ago. I was like, whatever, dude, he's done. But he's back, and he has a lot to do with the intensity, just naturally. That's just his style of play. So, that could be it, mixed in with a little Steve Bold. But
yeah, I mean, I definitely believe, I mean, dare I say, with a little bit of pride, the team played that, hey, they wanted to play good for Bold, maybe send a message to Wenger like, hey, you're up there, you're not on the sideline. We're going to really, put it out there for you today. But I think there might have been some tactical moves that helped with the intensity. Like, one, Welbeck up front. Was a beautiful play. Lucas Perez getting a start. Was excited to be out there, ready to play. You mix in a couple youngsters, my boy Niles.
Yes, playing in his natural position.
Yeah.
Not at right back, playing at his natural position. He looked solid. He looked like a nice young player, growing. You know what I mean? He looked solid. But you mentioned okay, well, let's get to it. Welbeck was tremendous. He just when Giroux plays, we play slow. It's kind of a struggle from an attacking and pressing point of view. Whereas Welbeck, he's just as big, just almost as good in the air as Giroux, but he's just way more athletic. And, going down the stretch, with a lot of these, we got a little fixture pileup coming up, or we've been in one. It's so nice to have players like Welbeck coming back into the team along with Theo Walcott. But I mean, Welbeck was tremendous. Looked like he didn't miss a beat. It was nice to see him smiling and playing and running around again.
I just love the guy. I think he just, he's always gonna just try hard, and I like that out of him. And I mean, whether Giroud is trying hard or not, like you said, there's just a different pace to the game because, I mean, one of the things we've complained about all season, not just me and you, but just a lot of people, was like, our missed chances in front of the goal. And
right.
At that position up front, with the exception of Lexi, Welbeck is probably our best option for as far as putting the ball away when we need it.
Definitely.
Even on his second goal, when he kind of missed it a little bit, it was still placed beautifully with just enough on it to get into the goal. Like, he's a finisher. Yeah. He could finish the ball.
Definitely. I mean, that was one of his things. One of my knocks on him in the past was like he exerts so much energy throughout the game. When his chance did come, he didn't really strike it as well or put it away as well. But I don't know. I mean, it's only his first game back, but he seemed like he was just really calm. I mean, the chip was beautiful. Just the way he brought it down. He kind of did miss, his first touch kind of took it to the left a little, but he was quick enough to get there and just kind of dink it right over the keeper. And Yeah, man. I mean, it was great to see him back. Perfect game to play him in, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it was an important game against a premiership side in the FA Cup, and you know, he completely turned up. Happy for him.
Unlike some of our counterparts that you know, played lower division teams, you know, even Liverpool had an issue. You know, couldn't even finish it, couldn't even make it happen. But like, you know, like you were saying, like how he slightly touched it off to the left a little bit before the chip, and he still, you know, was athletic enough to get there and put a touch. You know, the difference is like, you know, a goalie or a defender sees Giroud slightly miss it, and they probably charge it harder.
Right.
Because, you know, but the respect that, well, Welbeck's, you know, he's got a little bit more to his pace, then, you know, it leaves that goalie in a decision like, okay, well, you know what, you know, and that little bit of hesitation is probably what gives Welbeck enough room to just chip it up and over, you know?
Exactly. That, and the fact that if Giroud is playing, you don't even really make that pass because it's almost a waste, because the guy, you know what I mean? He's not going to get by the guy. He's going to have to hold it up and kind of bring somebody else into play. But Ox, speaking of having a great game and just being, you know, he picks out that beautiful pass to Welbeck, who was athletic enough to get the touch, get away, and get a chip on goal without having to hold it up or getting, you know, caught by the center back. So yeah, he just adds a different dynamic to the team. He's different from Alexis. He's different from Giroud. And, you know, based on different opposition and then, you know, whoever's in form, you know, he's our guy. He's the guy who can play in the middle. Giroud, tremendous off the bench. Tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he doesn't complain, he doesn't whine, he doesn't sulk, and he comes in and he fills that role beautifully. So if, you know, looks like the pieces to the puzzle are coming together, and if they can all stay healthy, who knows? I'm not gonna go down. You know, I'm not gonna jump the shark and shit. But who knows? You know.
You know, let's slightly talk about combination of players like out on the pitch to start a game. You know, quietly, you know, Walcott with 3 goals has got 12 on the season now.
Right.
And, you know, if you insert him into the starting lineup, I almost think you have to sit Giroud and Welbeck because of Iwobi. Iwobi can go back to the left and Alexis can go up top. And
right.
And I like the difference in options with Giroud or Welbeck off the bench. Which one do we go with today? Well, let's see. They got big center backs. We need somebody to be more physical and try to play through the air. All right. Giroud. You know, exactly. We got some guys that, you know, we could definitely use a little bit of pace to get behind guys. All right, let's bring in Welbeck. You know, the options just, they open up, you know, like this.
Definitely.
When we're healthy, you know.
And the key is Wenger's going to have enough balls to want to make, you know, those changes or switch things up, you know, which, you know, he gets his set lineup and he kind of sticks with it until somebody gets hurt. But, you know, what would this show be without one little slight dig?
Yeah.
Le Professor. Nah, I'm just playing. Anyway. All right, dude. So let's talk about Lucas Perez.
I just like the guy. He's classy.
Spaniard, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, like, you could tell this guy's been kicking a ball since he was 2 years old. You know, like he knows how to play the game.
Right. Gets it, completely gets it, understands it. It's like, whatever, dude. Get the fuck out of the way. I'm starting today. Let's play some damn football. You know what I mean? I just wish he can get his hair right. You know what I mean? That fade is not really. You know what I mean? He's trying to have a little, the cut with the part. Oh, it's not really working out for him. But hey, you know what I mean? He's doing his thing, slipping some nice little passes around the box. Like, really, really slipping some key passes. You know what I mean? Passes that are going to make shit happen. Either you're going to pass it to somebody else and we're going to shoot, or he's slipping it through for an assist. So just right around that little area around the box, he's able to slip those little passes. He works hard. I
love a guy. I love a guy that, that statement you made, like, he just gets it. Like, there was a time when he slipped it through for the assist. There was another time when he realized, like, let me make a preliminary pass that can then be slipped in for an assist.
Exactly.
Like he kind of sees the game well. He understands this game, and the other thing I noticed too, like in a very professional way, like the few times that he kind of, he was trying something and it didn't quite link up, like complete recognition from him, like, I saw it. I what I was trying to do, like,
right.
Instead of like the dumb look on your face, like, oh man, I don't know what happened. Like,
Yeah, no, I completely get it. I mean, and the really thing I like about him is, there's been some grumblings that he's unsettled, but he still goes out there and he does the job and puts in a shift. And it's the sad thing is he's clearly somebody who deserves more time. And if he can get his sea legs and just get a little consistent run of play, I mean, he could be really effective for us down the stretch. I mean, he barely plays and he's still producing, kind of like somebody else I compared him to, Joel Campbell. You know what I mean? He's just one of those players who just, he comes out there and he does the job, but for some reason, Wenger's not really feeling him. But I mean, that's what me and you have always said about Wenger and team selection is you can mix it up based on your opponent. You know what I mean? You can switch the lineup based on who you're playing, and what that does is that keeps players fresh. It keeps them informed. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some games where you want Gibbs out there instead of Monreal. You know what I mean? He's more athletic. He's a better dribbler. He might lack a little on the defending side, but there's some games where you should mix it up, especially with players like you were saying, especially with players like Theo and Lucas Perez. You know what I mean? They both play out wide right, and based on the opposition, you might want to mix it up, and give them a run out.
Yeah, and I mean, even beyond that, like if you're just a considerate human being, you might try to get like some guy a break every once in a while. Alexis is he's the only fool that's going to trip off the fact that he's not playing every fucking game, like.
Right.
Everybody else understands, like, hey, we're going to play Preston City or whatever they're called, like, okay, right. But, I understand that you want to go ahead and start Gabriel at right back or give Gibbs a run out.
Exactly. Yeah, when you look at, I'm sure Wenger didn't want. I'm sure Wenger was like, Alexis, you can stay home too. You know what I mean? Ozil's ass didn't even come to the, Ozil didn't even come to the game and shit. He was like, day off, cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I feel you on that. What about who else we got? Who else played good? Let me get onto this. Let me get onto this guy, okay? Because something special. Rob Holding.
Thank you.
Doesn't put a foot in wrong at any time throughout the game. Just completely solid. Only a kid, barely plays, but every time he goes out there, he does all the little things right that you want, your center back to do. He does them all. He really does. Yeah. Like you never see him, oh shit, let me get, you never see him freaking out. He's got the right temperament. I think I think Purr has just been kind of talking to him because he's real calm out there. But at the same time, he like you look at it this way, him and Mustafi, that's a perfect combination because Mustafi's blood and guts and Rob Holding is chill, man. We got this, dude. Totally.
Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah. I mean, I think, in the past at times, which, I love the fact that Koscielny could do all that he does, but at times I think playing center back for Arsene Wenger could be trying. He asks his center backs to do a lot sometimes, like,
right.
Push way up, push way back, get into the passing rotation in the last third of the field. I mean, he can ask a lot of some of those guys sometimes, but Rob Holding, I can rarely think of ever having a complaint about the guy. Like he just seems like, to just kind of handle his job.
Exactly. I don't even get nervous. You know what I mean? That's how you know he's really good. Like he's a young player. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Hang in there, kid. Like, but I don't get nervous. And I just kind of enjoy watching. I like his style at center back. I like that style. He can mix it up a little, but he's more cerebral. He plays the passing lanes, and it's nice to see a young center back just With a center back, you just want to patiently, just slowly grow them into the starting lineup, and great buy, for Wenger. I'll give him a little pub. That was a wonderful find. The thing about Koscielny, like you were saying, you're absolutely right. I don't think there's a player on the team who's as happy as he is to have Mustafi next to him instead of Per Mertesacker. Because for years, Koscielny had to do everything back there. Yeah. And now he's got somebody who's a monster just like him, who helps him out and really vocal. And, he kind of punks fools out there. Like, he's waving fools back and he's barking commands. I mean, I like his style too. So another tremendous buy by the old man. So
sure.
I thought the defense was wonderful.
I do too. Gibbs, I thought, to be honest, the one person, and I'm not saying disappointed, I'm just saying left me scratching my head a couple times was Gibbs. And it's not defensively. Defensively, I think pretty much he handled his position well. It was the few times that he, pushed up and tried to help the team.
Yes.
And just kind of, timid and, like made some like head scratching passes that I was just like, what? Like you could clearly see we're pushing to do something. Why did you just stop and and lay it off to somebody? It's just like, come on, man, you can do this. I know you can do this. Like, come on.
All the ability in the world, man. He just doesn't have that mentality. He just doesn't want to be he just doesn't want to really go for it, man. He could do it, man. He's got it all, but you could just see him, like you said, every now and then he would get to a spot and, not continue his run or pass it kind of sideways or back instead of, maybe doing a 1-2. You know what I mean? Like, come on, he's got more physical attributes than Monreal. It's just Monreal is like, hey man, fuck it, let's go for it, yeehaw. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How many times have we seen Monreal, go? What do they call it? Go over the top or go around the winger. Receive the pass, take it all the way to the baseline, and then make a beautiful like diagonal back to the spot.
Yeah,
there's no reason why Gibbs can't do that. The only reason is because Gibbs, when he gets to that position, he always stops and tries to cut it in a little bit, and then just like lays off a lazy pass to somebody. And I'm like, man, like there's no reason why you can't be part of this attack, dude.
Exactly, and that's I love Bellerin. I think he could be world class, but you see a little bit of that in his game as far as aggressiveness and mentality of hey, like, hey, fuck it, yeehaw. The Monreal
Yeah.
mentality. You don't see it in him either too often.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, how can you say that
Um,
about Billy Red? He's so cute.
I felt he got into it a little bit more this week. Bellerin.
No, yeah, definitely. He had a good game. Yeah.
It might be more of what I envision could happen, but the teaming up of Bellerin and Theo on the right, especially when Theo comes out and wants to play today.
Right.
The two of them together
Works.
it works well, and it might not always show on the pitch. Like, look how many chances they create, but I guarantee you, any team that's playing against Arsenal and they've got those two guys down the right side, like, they have to pay attention to that. Like, they have to continue to keep a guy back and have somebody kind of spotting those two down that wing. And it's effective to keep the field spread,
Definitely. And especially if you have somebody like Ozil on the pitch who can make those passes and get Theo through.
Yeah.
Tremendous. That's tremendous amounts of speed over there on that right hand side. So yeah, I completely agree. My only knock is I wish Bellerin would just be a little more aggressive, but like I said,
yeah.
Oh gosh.
I tell you, this is one that I just wanted to trip off of for a minute because, I said this to myself and I almost brought it out a couple weeks ago. Just because that we have a handful of players sometimes that you know what. I'm not sure if we know what their natural position is because maybe that's just where Wenger plays these guys. So we've seen them play in this position so often that we think okay, that's their natural position. But we know Wenger. We know this fool is kind of crazy. If you would have watched Aaron Ramsey for 2 years, you would have thought his natural position is right winger. But it's not. That's not his natural position. But that's where he played for a couple years, damn near.
Right.
I almost said this a couple weeks ago. The Ox. I was like, you know what? Because when we were having problems with our defensive mids, we got injuries and we got guys sitting out, and I was like, is there a reason why Ox can't play there? And then, boom, lo and behold, this week, Ox is put in that position.
Tremendous game.
I was so happy with the way he played.
Yes. I mentioned it. I tweeted it out. He played a great game. And one of the reasons I think he played so well is because I think when he plays in the middle, he realizes he has to be a little calm. He's not as spazzy as he is when he's playing on the right. Just full bore, just going crazy. When he's playing in the middle, he was calm. He was picking beautiful passes. Physically, he could handle it. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
just a wonderful game. Probably his best game I've seen since the last time he played in the middle. And if you remember, it was a Champions League game against Milan where he kind of filled in. And he was great that game. And that was a few years back. So you're absolutely right. I hope it's something Wenger, continues to think about because, you look at it right now, you look at it, Ox or Ramsey, who you going to go with after Saturday's performance? I'm going with Ox.
I'm telling you, even though we always make the joke every year about, who is Wenger's love child, Ramsey is obviously his love child,
He'll shoehorn to Aaron two-touch Ramsey into a side. If it's the last thing he does, he will get that. He will get his ass out there. Put him at center back. I don't care. You know what I mean? He's just whatever. He don't care. Get him out there. But at this stage, no Santi. Ox was the closest thing. I'm not saying, oh gosh, he's not Santi Cazorla. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he was the closest thing to Santi. Okay, based on Saturday's performance, you got that performance from Ox, you got Xhaka, you got Ramsey. Who you gonna pick to fill in that role? I'm going with Ox based on what I saw Saturday.
You know what? Yes. You know what? Because it's one game, I'm just gonna say this. I'm willing to go another game with Ox in that position to see how it goes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Even if it's like, hey, we'll take it a game at a time. And if Ox ends, because I remember just before Coquelin had kind of got plugged in there, the couple times we saw him before that, they had played him at right back.
Yeah, he came in late in a few games this year playing right back. Yeah.
They played Cock at right back a couple times, and I was like,
yeah.
I think that was when we still had Sagna, and at one point, it wasn't for full games or nothing. It was kind of an emergency, okay, we need to throw somebody, and he put Cock at right back. And I was like, I wonder who this kid is. I don't even know if he's good.
Exactly.
And then when they had to plug him in at in the midfield, I was like, this kid hasn't even played. What's he know about playing? And he was amazing. For a young kid, he was amazing. So you might stumble into something here with the Ox, dude. And with his physical talents and, his ability to just run through people and shit, you may have stumbled into something, Vinger. Give him another try. Give him another try,
I feel you. And he's played him there before. So yeah. At this stage, the way he played, I'd give him some run. I'd give him a few games out there just to see if he can continue his success playing in the midfield. But he's done it before. He's played well, and he's played better than he does when he plays out wide, as far as composure and making the right decisions. You mentioned Sagna. Do you realize? Do you know the real story why Sagna signed with Man City?
No, I don't. Please inform me.
Nah, you know how when Theo was getting all those tattoos, Sagna got mad because nobody noticed his tattoos. So
how come they didn't notice him though?
So he was like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here, dude."
I don't get it. How come they didn't notice him though?
Whatever, dude. I can't spell it out for you. He got a huge back piece, and nobody realized he had a tattoo. But anyway, that's just a little trivia for all you soccer nerds out there. That's just a little trivia. If you want, you can tweet me the answer of why. You know what I mean? What was the why couldn't anyone notice? But anyway, that's beside the point. At CITM Podcast, hit us up. Last but not least, okay, that's enough. No, I got one more thing about the game. This could be a little controversial, but I don't care. I'm just talking to my old friend. I'm gonna make a statement, and I want to get your honest opinion. We got about 7 minutes left, so we can hammer this out. Ospina to me is pushing Peter Cech. Now people are gonna say I'm crazy. Everybody loves Cech, but I really don't think Ospina's done anything wrong this year. Nothing. And he saved us. He saved our ass in Champions League several times. So, and Peter Cech with the penalties, he's pushing them for, I know Wenger's not even going to consider it, but that's just one of those things. You know what I mean? I think Ospina played another great game, and I don't know what else to say.
I don't disagree with that. He's pushing them. I actually, during the game, I said to myself, I thought about it. I was just like, how come Ospina is okay where he's at when he's clearly, when he clearly could be considered one of the top goalies in Europe right now.
Whoa. Okay. He's in the top 10 if he played every day. I think
if he played regularly, I think at least in the Premiership, he would be considered one of the top maybe five goalies in the league.
Yes.
But I think he realizes Czech might not have too many left.
That's what I was getting to. Exactly. Yes. Maybe one more year with Czech, and then it's either Ospina or Szczesny, and I'll take Ospina over Szczesny. Ever since the water bottle incident, where he makes a dumbass mistake and he starts sipping out of the water bottle. And even after that game, he's smoking in the shower, and Wenger don't like that shit unless who smokes in the shower? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's a fucking crazy person. So I don't. A lot of people like Shez over Ospina, but Ospina used to get a lot of stick. I never understood why, and I'm just happy for him. I think he played a hell of a game, and I just wanted to make that note that he's pushing Czech. I think Ospina saves at least one of those penalties. The last week's, or not the last game, but last week's, when Czech got a whole hand on it. That was like a damn Almunia hand. So.
I mean, I don't want to have to be the one to say it, but I mean, sometimes people are prejudiced without knowing they're prejudiced.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just going to say, he may have gotten a little extra stick than he deserves, a little more criticism than people want to admit he deserves because, well, he's one of those dirty South Americans.
Wow. That's a stretch.
He's not a purebred European, I mean, I hate to be the one to have to just point that out, but I mean, sometimes I feel that about some people, Yeah,
no, I got you. They don't have a problem with Bellerin, though, because he looks like a vampire. But anyway, I feel you. But one of the things that's going against Ospina is he's still rocking that mohawk, and his hair really can't quite get right either. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get a haircut, maybe he can get in. That's enough of that, though.
That went out a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough of that. Okay, so we got Watford on Tuesday. Troy Big Face, the Boogeyman, Deeney, and the gang. Ooh. You know what I mean? It's going to be a rough and tumble game, but if we match the intensity, I think that's another 3 points. Then we got the big game on Saturday, Chelsea. Now, let me just say this. And then we can, I'll let you get your piece in and we can end this. Now, after that last loss, I said, what did I say? Oh, everything's going to look great. We're going to get some wind under our belt and everybody's going to be happy and feeling great. And then, we possibly could shit the bed. Now, whatever result we get on Saturday, that's the real Arsenal. That's who we are, whatever result we get on Saturday. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on what you're saying because the way the storyline goes for me is what the usual that's happening is happening right now. So, all of a sudden we've worked our way into second place. Even though we're still a lot of points back from Chelsea. So, it would only fit the storyline that, we get a draw, maybe even a win out of this. To cut the points a little bit closer to really get all of Arsenal hyped that it's a possibility. And then at some point in like mid-March, it's going to be reality once again. Like,
That's when we shit the bed? Okay.
We drop a game we shouldn't have, and we still hold in the top 4, but we're not going to get close enough to catch them. We can't catch Chelsea.
Okay, I'm with you on that. What I'm saying is this. I completely agree with what you just said. That's usually standard operating procedures, what you just painted. What I'm saying is, if Liverpool can beat Chelsea on Tuesday, and that game on Saturday, I think will be, if we win and they lose, I think we'll be 5 points back. I think we're 8 now, and I think we'll be 5 points back. So that game on Saturday with us 5 point back, if we win that game, then we are for real. If we go to the bridge and win that game, then we are serious contenders for every damn thing. Look, I'm back.
It's
with
back
the team.
on. Back on.
I'm back with the team. Now, if we go there and we play really well and we fight them to a draw, then we got to win that game. But if we get a draw, then we're still in the mix for maybe league, maybe an FA Cup. I don't think Champions League. But if we go there and we completely shit the bed, then we're the same Arsenal. Then I'll accept what's that fag's name on? Excuse me, not fag in a homosexual kind of way, but just fag. But what's that dude's name on ESPN?
Oh, Dan Thompson. Dan Thomas.
Now, if we go there and we shit the bed and lose, then everything he says and all the shit he talks about Arsenal is true. It is absolutely true. If we go there and shit the bed, and that's what I mean. So,
gotcha. On a side note, fuck Dan Thomas.
What do you mean, Fitty? Come on.
Man, what do you mean? Talking about?
What do you mean? I play devil's advocate all the time. Now, what are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying. Amazingly, I haven't heard him screaming about Liverpool or screaming about Man City. None of that. As soon as Liverpool had to start playing 2 games every week, they have completely went to shit throughout the month of January. So, they didn't buy enough players, and I'm completely happy because, they were really on their high horse. I get a lot of stick from Liverpool fans on Twitter. So, it's a beautiful thing to say. They've all run and hide and are gone now. Poof.
Liverpool.
One of them, I was listening to one of the other podcasts. I think it was 606. Somebody a Liverpool fan called in and they said, Klopp should be fired before the Chelsea game on Tuesday. I was cracking up. I was like, wow, that's incredible. But what do they expect? They haven't been good in a long, long time. But anyway,
yeah. You
can't go too hard on Liverpool or... You know what I mean? They'll crush you.
Never won the Barclays, right? Never won the Barclays premiership. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But 5-time European champions. 5-time European champions.
5 times.
5-time European champions. Come on, mate. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the tweets. Thanks for the emails. We appreciate it. This every Monday, God willing, check us out. Look for us on iTunes. Subscribe, rate, and review. Fiddy, you want to give your Twitter handle?
Hey, I'm at Gooner Rush. And you can talk shit, reach out to me there if you like. Or you can hit us on Gmail. CITMpodcast@gmail.com.
Good shit. At E Marshall.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at CITMpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITMpodcast, at Gooner Rush, and at E Marshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statix. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at statixentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statix Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace. Thanks for tuning in. I'll get at you.